Alright, now let's learn how to use Font Awesome on WordPress. Let's go. I'm here at Better Font Awesome settings page. It's at settings and Better Font Awesome. You have a version drop down which allows you to select an older version or always the latest. An option for minified CSS. This one is interesting. A lot of themes will come bundled with Font Awesome, and if they do and you like the interface they provide, then there's no reason to add another plugin. But if you like this interface better, then you might try checking this box and hopefully it won't break anything. Hide admin notices, that's another option that's available. Let's go down to usage. For Font Awesome version 4.x and 3.x, here's the shortcode syntax, and here is the HTML syntax. We can dig deeper here. Let's break this down. In the shortcode, you have icon. That indicates it ties to Better Font Awesome. The name is the name of the Font Awesome icon. You'll notice it's not prefixed with fa. In their system, you don't have to do that, but you can if you want to. Class, these are the Font Awesome classes that are available on the examples page. In this case, they have it populated with fa2x. You could do fa spin, fa pulse, etc. And then they have another class attribute which is meant for your custom classes that you would assign. Let's talk about the HTML syntax. They have the I element. Again, as we said before, you can use span or div, whatever you want to use. They have the class. In this case, it'll be fa coffee fa2x. What's interesting here is they're not defining the fa class before the icon name and the modifier. Their system must interpret it and figure it out. Normally you would have to have the fa class included. Well, that's the basics. Let's jump into a post and add an icon. Here we are. Let's go ahead and add an icon. Now you could go icon name equals, but that's cumbersome. Nobody wants to do that. They have this available, this button, insert icon. Guess what? Here are the icons that are available. Type in Wi-Fi or user. Here you go. They're all right here. That makes it a lot easier. You don't have to back reference to Font Awesome's icons list. That's helpful. Let's click on users. And here is the shortcode. Let's populate class with fa4x. And we'll leave the unprefixed class blank because we don't have a custom class that we would reference yet. Let's make this centered and preview. Here we are. And here's our icon. That's not terribly impressive, but it's a way we can implement the icons into our posts. Let's add more styling to this icon. Let's go to text. There's a limitation here because I don't have a plugin which would allow me to inject CSS directly into the post. This shortcode doesn't really do me any good. I could add a custom class inside my theme, but I don't want to do that. So let's create the icon in HTML. I'm going to copy and paste some code in, then we'll walk through it. Here is a div element. It serves as a wrapper to the I element. The wrapper has text align center. You have to assign the center property to the wrapper. If you assign it to the I element, it won't center. So you have to have that wrapping element with that property applied. Then within the div, we have the I element, the class of fa, which means it's a Font Awesome icon. Fa users is the Font Awesome icon to be applied. Style, here's our inline CSS. Font size 150px. Color is CCC, and that's just a darker gray. Let's preview. Okay, let's take a look at the icon. Hey, it looks pretty good. As is normally the case, the results will be better if you can code yourself. I can definitely see this icon being used in a post and really making it pop. Let's inspect it using Chrome's developer tools. Inspect. Here's our fa users element. Let's try changing the color to blue. That's very blue, but there's different colors of blue that are available. That's a nice color. That's not bad either. I think that's more green. But you get the point. You don't have to go back into the add post interface, make a change, and then preview it. That takes time. You can do it here. You could even click on the class part of the I element and change it to Wi-Fi. And it would change. Or user. Don't feel like you have to go back into the add post interface and wait for it to preview. You can do a lot of changes here. You just have to transfer them back into the add post interface once you're done. Okay, what did we learn? We learned to check if your theme has Font Awesome before installing a plugin. We also learned that HTML offers much greater flexibility than shortcodes. That's usually the case. And finally, developer tools equals less time wasted. Don't restrict yourself to bouncing back between the add posts preview and the preview page itself. Use those developer tools. I hope you're enjoying the course. We'll see you in the next lecture.